Sacred Heart University Wrestling is the best comeback story in the history of college wrestling. I was hired in 2012 to bring some new vision to Sacred Heart University Wrestling. At the time, the program was struggling in all organizational components of the program, everything related to fundraising, finances, recruiting, and obviously lack of competitive success. I had a real strong vision, but most importantly, I was able to attract people to that vision. So where we are now as I head into my 5th year is pretty remarkable, but it's really a compliment to the people that have helped so generously to advance this program. So a lot of times I like to think about Sacred Heart Wrestling kind of almost in a before and after frame. And when I started in 2012, we had 5 wrestlers on the roster. The program hadn't won a Division I dual meet in 2 or 3 years. And financially, it was bankrupt. There wasn't a single dollar in the reserve account. And then to see where we are now, a program with 29 wrestlers. We were just recognized as having the 2nd highest GPA among all Division I wrestling programs. We've had a nationally ranked recruiting class. We brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I think, this may be the healthiest point in the lifeline of Sacred Heart University Wrestling. And what excites me the most is knowing what our future looks like, how steep our trajectory is, that we're going to continue to get better and better and better. And so the thing that I love about Sacred Heart Wrestling is that it's an underdog story. And I think that kind of fits well to my own personal storyline with wrestling. I didn't have a glamorous entrance to the sport of wrestling, and I struggled with wrestling for most of my career until I was able to kind of figure it out. And then as a coach, I've really been involved in building and rebuilding programs now for 15 years. But having the opportunity to be at Sacred Heart University, the only Catholic institution in America with Division I wrestling, and the only Division I wrestling program in the state of Connecticut, and turn this around to something that can be a proud representation of the institution, has been an awesome experience. With that comes a great deal of challenge, but then that challenge brings out resourcefulness and creativity. And for me, the best part have been the people that I've become associated with and surrounded with because of my time here at Sacred Heart.
So the no challenge is too big for Sacred Heart is kind of our motto for the year. And it's something that our wrestlers had to embrace when they decided to come to this university. They could probably speak to their reasons, but when it comes down to it, it's a group of guys attacking a vision for themselves, for this program, for this school of accomplishment that some people might not believe. And so for us this year, the thought that no challenge is big enough is something that we're going to take into this Spinning to St. Louis campaign, into our preseason, and into every match when we step out there as an underdog program. And so it's just this mentality that we're trying to instill in our athletes and us as coaches and this school, that there's nothing that we're not willing to take on, and something to embrace, and something that we stand upon proudly.